Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny? What's going on, people? Okay, this is going out as far as today. The Supreme Court rules as a Colorado's baker in a same-sex wedding cake case. Now, this is going out really active as far as online and stuff. And of course, I want to share the story with you as far as, a gay couple being refused a cake and stuff, by the Supreme Court rules that a Colorado baker same-sex wedding case, and it's being reported as of Monday, June the 4th. Now it says Washington, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Colorado baker who refused to bake a cake celebrating the marriage of the same-sex couple because of religious objection. The court held that the Colorado Civil Rights Commission showed hostility towards the baker based on religious belief, and the ruling is a win for the baker Jack Phillips, whose city has believed as a Christian, but leaves unsettled borders constitutional questions on religious liberties. Today's decision is remarkable, narrow, and leaves another day of virtual. All of the major constitutional questions that the case presented, says Steve, CNN Supreme Court analyst, professional at the University of Texas School of Law. It's hard to see the decision settling a percentage. The ruling, written by the Justice Anthony Kennedy, held, and the members of the Colorado Civil Rights Commission showed animus towards Philip, especially when it suggested his claims of freedom religious were made to justify discrimination. Now, the case was one of the most anticipated ruling of the terms and was considered by some as the follow-up to the Supreme Court 3 years ago to clear the way, same-sex marriage nationwide. The opinion, also written by Kennedy, expressed respect of those with religious objections of gay marriages. Our society has come to the recognition that gay marriage and gay couples cannot be treated as a social outcast or as inferior or dignity and worth, he wrote on Monday. Alliance Defenders Freedom Senior Counsel Christian, who represented Phillips, praised the ruling. Jack serves all customers. He simply declined to express messages of celebrating event that violates his deeply held belief. Wagner said in the statement, creativity professional who serve all people should be free to create all consistent with convictions without the threat of government punishment. She followed, added the case will affect a number of cases for years to come in free exercise jurisprudence. That's how the court decision works. Now, Wagner and Phillips is relieved at the court decision, and that we will be looking in the allowance defending freedom to determine when to move forward and continuing making wedding cakes. It's been a long 6-year battle where his family business, his income has been hanging at the balance. He also obviously handling a large volume of calls himself and looking out for protective of his families, to be candid, Wagner said. Now, Louise, the deputy legal director of American Civil Liberties Unit, empathized the narrowness of that opinion. The court revised that the Masterpiece Cake Shop decision based on concerns unique of the case, but it reaffirms its long-standing rule that the state can prevent the harm of discrimination in the marketplace, including against the LGBT people. Melton said in the statement, because Justice Clarence Thomas concurred in a part of the judgment of the court on the case was 7-2, but the opinion of the rationale was 6-2. Now, it says the religion tolerance. Kennedy wrote that the room was religious tolerance, pointing specific to how the Colorado Commission treated Phillips by downplaying his religious liberal concerns. At the same time, the religious and sociological objections of gay marriage and protective views in some instance protected forms of expression. Kennedy wrote, adding that the neutral consideration in which Philip was entitled was
compromise there. Now, the commission hostility was inconsistent with the First Amendment guarantee that our lives be applied in a manner of neutral towards religion, Kennedy said, adding to say that the case was narrow. The outcome of the case, like this other circumstances, must await further elaboration in the court, all of the context recognizing that the dispute must be resolved with tolerance without undue disrespect to concerns of religious belief and without subjecting gay people to indignifies when they seek good and service in the open market. The statement, the opinion states now. The Justice Ruth in the distance, which has joined the Supreme Sonia Sotomayor, argue that when a couple contracts a bakery with a wedding cake, the product they were seeking is a cake celebrating their wedding, not a cake celebrating heterosexual weddings or a same-sex wedding, and that the service the couple was denied. And okay, let me leave it more. The baker empathized with the Christian belief. The bakers opened the bakery back in 1993, knowing that the outset that would be concerned cakes he would decline to make in order to abide by the religious belief. I didn't want to use my artistic talents to create something that went against my Christian faith, he said in an interview back in CNN last year, noted that he was also declined to make a cake and celebrate Halloween. In 2012, David and Charlie asked Philip to bake a cake to celebrate their planned wedding, which would be performed in another state, but Philip said that he couldn't create the product, that they were looking into the validity of his faith. The Bible says in the beginning that there is male and female. Philip says he offers to make any other baked goods for the men, and at which point they both stormed out and left. Mullins and Craig filed a complaint against Colorado Civil Rights Commission, which ruled in the favor, citing the state of anti-discrimination law. Phillips took the case to Colorado Court of Appeal, arguing that the requirement him to provide a wedding cake for the couple violated his constitutional right of freedom of speech and free expression of religion. The court held that the state anti-discrimination law was neutral and generally acceptable and did not compel Phillips' masterpiece cake shop to support the endorsement of any particular religious reviews. It simply prohibits Phillips by discrimination against potential customers on account of sexual orientation. The case is about more than us. It is about a cake. Mullen said at the interview last year, it is about the right of gay people to receive the equal service. The Trump administrators aside with Phillips, imagine that. A custom wedding cake is not an ordinary baked good. It is a function which is communicated and artistically then unitary as far as selected general laws, according to the government, may enact content based on laws, commanding the speakers of a gauge and protective as an artistic cannot be forced to paint a music who cannot be forced to play, a poet cannot be forced to write. Okay, so they lost the case as far as them fighting in court as far as the Colorado, the gay couple lost. As far as Supreme Court rules, it was a Colorado baker, the same couple, they lost. It basically sided with the baker and stuff like that, and basically they lost the case. Now, this is all about discrimination, and we talked about this in reference to the bathroom bill as far as transgenders in the bathroom. It was trying to get everything pushed, and obviously it's kind of worked in this matter. You know, the thing about it is, it was a cake, and my thing is, it's just my opinion. I understand their rights was violated and stuff like that. They got upset and took it to the Supreme Court, and due to the fact that their rights was, you know, violated, and it's sad. It's really sad because I hate when people make somebody else's story their story. But due to the fact that they say they got their Christian beliefs and stuff like that, my personal opinion, I'll be glad that they deter me with, because you know why? I wouldn't want them to make me a cake. Because if you felt that way about me and you didn't like me, I'd be scared what you were mixing that cake. And it's sad. It's sad because it's not that deep. It's like their celebration, but I feel like this is just my opinion. If you feel I have a problem with me, I'd rather you be straightforward with me and let me get the hell out of there. But the last thing I want you to do is do anything with me as far as food. When you fixing my food and I'm eating it, I don't. If you got a problem with me, I appreciate you letting me know, because this is why I get the hell out of here. I don't want nothing you got to make for me, because at the end of the day, you got some cyanide and some poison in there. You know. And it's sad, but it also gets the outlook on, as far as make it. And the sad part about it is they're going to be gay people that's going to agree with the baker that feel as though they should discriminate against them. And there's also going to be those down low men and down low women who are in the same sex relationship that's going to discriminate because they don't want people to, think bad of them. But that's the kind of world we live in and stuff like that. And I just wanted to report this story because at the end of the day, it's going out really wide and stuff like that. But just my opinion, I wouldn't want you fixing me anything if you didn't like me. I mean, I understand discrimination, but you know what, at the end of the day, if you got a problem with me and you took it to court, and I think they thought they was going to win as a white couple and stuff like that, they thought they was going to win because, we're not supposed to be discriminating. But at the end of the day, due to the fact you got the Trump administration in office, all bets are off. Even the transgender trying to get jobs and stuff like that. As long as Trump is in office and everything is on out there, as far as discrimination, everybody's in a lot of trouble, and it's sad. Anyway, I love your feedback on this. Like I said before, how would you feel about somebody making you a cake that didn't like you? Wouldn't you be glad they told you from the door? Wouldn't you just get the hell out of there? And it's sad. It's really sad, but it is what it is. And I'm sorry the couple went through this and stuff. And if you guys hear this, I hope y'all went on and got married. I hope y'all went somewhere else. And at the end of the day, I'm sorry for your demise. But you should be glad that you know, because at the end of the day, the last thing you want him to do is bake you any damn thing. Honey, the last thing you want him to do anything. But the good part about it is going to let other people that do stand with you know not to never go there again. Like I said, if you have a story you want me to cover, you can email me at reavitoveratyahoo.com. And at the top, there's an Instagram button. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. And I'll let you know I love you. And thank you for watching. Catch the Ray.